this palette and I've never used it at all. Not even on camera. I've never used it at all. Look how pretty. Untouched. She is virginal. I want to do something with this palette, and I have a bunch of other ones here. Watch me not even end up using this palette because I'm like, I don't know, scatterbrained. If you guys are not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be uploading way more often now. I have my socials down there. So anyways, let's get into the video. My face is moisturized. I have sunblock on. You guys have to make sure you wear sunblock every day, and just in case, because I know someone in the comments is probably gonna ask me like a sunblock I recommend. I really like this one. I've seen them at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, so if you could get them cheaper there, literally go. TJ Maxx and Marshalls is the best thing ever. This is the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 40. It's really good. It doesn't like smell weird. It feels kind of like silicone-y. And when you put it on your face, it's almost like slightly mattifying, but it's a really good sunscreen. If you guys don't know, if you're new here, my favorite affordable foundation is the Matte and Poreless from Maybelline. This is shade 128. That's the shade that I'm in, which probably now is probably too dark on me because I get no sun. I'm gonna start off with this one, and I think I'm going to introduce a little bit of the Matte and Poreless just to get a little bit more coverage and to even out the situation. I forgot like what the coverage is on this, so we're going to see if we like it. This brush is so good. It's the It Brushes for Ulta Airbrush Complexion Perfection number 115. It's really good and has a little bit of an angle, so you can get it in little corners of your face and no streaks. It leaves no streaks at all. It just looks so pretty. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. So my freckles are showing through just a little bit, but that's fine. I don't want something too full coverage, but I still think you guys should go out and grab this. I think everyone should give this a try. It's super cheap and worth a try, and you might actually really like it. And if you have trouble finding your shade, I think through this line you'll be able to probably like mix something, or probably even just find it there because they have a really good shade range. Alright, so I'm gonna grab a little bit of concealer and I'm gonna use that. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect, and I'm gonna use that to create a little bit of like a flat base on my eyelids. If you have oily eyelids, then you should go for a primer that controls that. I heard that Anastasia Beverly Hills primer is really good. I have no idea. I've never tried it, but I've just heard really good things about it. Then I'm gonna get a fluffy brush. This is the Morphe R, what does it say? 37. And this is my It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. This is the translucent one, I believe. Yeah, it's a translucent one. And I'm gonna get that, and just right where I would crease, which is in the fold where the lower part of my lid meets the middle part, I am going to put a little bit of powder. All right, so I'm gonna start with this shade right here. This is from the Bobbi Brown Infra-Red eyeshadow palette. It looks like that. It's really pretty. The eyeshadow is called Stone Cold. And with the same brush that I used to put that pressed powder on the eye, I'm going to start putting this right where my crease is. Now we're gonna dip into Birch. This color right here. It's like a nice tan with a lot of like yellow undertones. I'm keeping it right along that crease area, and then I'm also depositing some right here in the outer corner. I want this look to be a little more concentrated, like the dark part on the outside. Cat eye-ish, like sultry. Like, I know this palette's called fucking sultry, but you know what I mean? I just want to put the color all along the crease, but have a concentration of it right here on the outside. The brushes you guys use is just so important, because it'll allow where you deposit certain colors. Wait, that wasn't gonna make sense. It'll allow you to kind of be able to manipulate where the colors are deposited, how much, the intensity, and things like that. So having like a really good I would say like two blending brushes, a really nice fluffy one and then a smaller precise one, is a really good idea. You don't need more than that. With that same brush, I'm gonna go back into the Bobbi Brown palette. I'm gonna go into this color. This is called Red Rock. That's cute. Yeah, it has a little bit of like that reddy orangey undertones, so it should look pretty interesting. All right, so I'm doing the same thing, going very light-handed. So I would normally do this. I love, first of all, it's a color corrector. I love, it's a salmon tint, so it's really good for people that have like my type of skin tone and are fair. If you have a deeper skin tone, you want to go for something more like an orangey tone. Some people even use something a little more like red, or it just really depends. But if you have like my skin tone, something like this is perfect. This is from Skin Food. Can't read Korean just yet. I'm actually taking Korean language classes, but I can read it, but I don't know what I'm reading. So this is their Skin Food Salmon Dark Circle Concealer Cream. I believe I got this on Amazon. I am tapping it on in the inner corner, which is where I have the most dark circles, obviously. Most people do. And then with my sponge, I'm just lightly tapping that. I'm going to put more concealer, but this is just something I'm using to brighten the inner corner. I'm going to use this It by Undereye in the color 15 Light Amber. Now this has more of like a yellow tone. It's super thick. This is a thick concealer. I have a lot of lines under my eyes because I'm aging like goat cheese. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but I've always had just kind of a lot of little lines under my eyes. My sister has them. I don't know, whatever, like shitty jeans, I guess. I can't, like, this is how much I can use, and that is, I might not use that much because it's super thick. I wonder if you guys can see. It's like a paste. It's really good, but it's like a paste. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time that if you have a lot of lines under your eyes, you're gonna have to really use a little bit. All right, so I'm going over that with it, and then I'm gonna just use the sponge. It really does the blending for us, let's be real. So what I'm just depositing with this little brush is just in the inner corner, and it's a yellow undertone, just to kind of balance out the peachiness that I used already. Using both a brush and a sponge for, well, for anything is so good. The brush helps you deposit it and really place it where you want, and the sponge just blends things so perfectly. So with the same brush we were using earlier, we're gonna just dip into these two colors right here, and we're going to keep that very tight along the lash line. Wow, we used like one shade from the Sultry palette, but that's fine. Those shimmers are calling my name. They're so gorgeous. We're definitely gonna use a shimmer, you know I love that. We're gonna go into this brown right here. This is Solar Flame. Is it Solar Flame? Yeah, Solar Flame. Such a beautiful rich chocolate brown, and I'm lightly concentrating that on the outer part of the eye. We want to put it in the outer corner, but we don't want it to like disrupt anything or look awkward there. So putting a little bit and then blending it with a fluffy brush, but don't go too wild because then that brown is going to start moving. Just keep it right in the outer corner. And I'm leaving that brown right before my pupil kind of starts. I feel like that adds to that cat eye look. In that chocolatey brown, I'm gonna go in with this brush. This is the Morphe M507. It's a really nice tapered brush, very tiny, so it's just perfect for kind of getting in there since I can't find a flat definer brush. I'm concentrating that color on the outer portion of the eye, kind of just meeting parallel to the brown on top. Now that we're here, let's set that. I'm going into the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder with a fluffy brush, and I'm going to just press that into the under eye. So this brush, the Morphe M124, it's the same as the MAC 242, and it's just really good for packing on any nice little shimmers. Wow, these are all so gorgeous. I don't know which one to choose. How do you do that? Those are colors. I think I'm gonna go with this one. That is Rose Quartz, right here. Oh, this is gorgeous. This has like a gold shift in it. This is really pretty. So beautiful. This is really pretty. Let me bring you guys in so you could see. Both eye looks are really pretty. You want to keep it matte in the inner corner. That's perfect. If you want a little shimmer, great too. Just gonna add a little a brown back in there. Just right there. Just a little kiss. Just a little something. I'm gonna grab a little bit of Dystopian here, which is a really, really, really dark and cool brown. And I'm grabbing that with the tip of the M507 from Morphe. And I'm just pressing it on the outer corner of my eye, the lower lash line. I mean the upper lash line, what the fuck? The lash line on the top. Not all the way through, just kind of halfway. And bringing it up just a little bit. I really want this to be like a really sultry, summery, like a summer nighttime type of glam, you know what I mean? Just keeping it right along the lashes, really, really tight along the lashes. And I'm only bringing it like about halfway. So it kind of meets the rose quartz color a bit, but it doesn't do too much there. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab this NYX Epic Ink Liner. This is my, I'm sorry that the camera keeps like blurring and unblurring, that's super annoying. This is the NYX Epic Ink Liner. Let me zoom you out a little bit. Maybe that might help with the blurring and unblurring now that you have an idea of how the eye looks. Okay. Oh, ooh, look. That's one thing. I'm glad that this happened so I can mention it to you guys because I noticed that this happened to me a couple times. Too much product will like build up there and it'll bubble. Like check this out. And look. It'll be like a glob, like, and it's not even, I'm not touching the tip of the product, it's like right here, like a bunch of product will just like kind of build up there. And look at that. I was doing my makeup and I thought it was because of the airplane. Let me get a makeup wipe, but I'll tell you guys. I thought it was because I was on the airplane, so I thought the pressure kind of like messed with the product, but it's not. It's happened to me with new ones that have never been in the sky and all that. I don't know why that happens actually. But you need to be careful because for when I was on the airplane, it was like dripping and I didn't notice, and I was doing an eyeliner on the plane, and if that would have just dripped on my face, it was so much product that I don't think I would have been able to save my foundation. I would have had to take it off and start all over again, which is really annoying. I'm gonna just line my upper lash line. With a look like this, you can really make it very cat eye, but since I already cleaned it up on the outer corner, I am not gonna do a wing or anything like that. You can even make it like very pointy in the front end, but my eyes have a weird shape, so it's hard for me to do that. What lashes should we do? Should we do something bold or something a little flirtier? Okay, let's do Lily Lashes Miami, just because they always look so good and they're just super pretty. I love them. For my brows, I'm going to be using the Benefit Kabrow Pomade. I love that this little brush is tiny, but I hate that this is tiny too. It's the worst. But the pomade is a really, really nice formula. It's really good. Let me brush my brows back actually, because these things are looking a little crazy today. This brush, in case you guys are wondering, this is a really great spoolie. It's the Morphe R44. I'm just gonna run through my brows. I've been into a really nice bushy, wispy, full look. My lashes are on. Yeah, the card memory got full while I was putting on the lashes on, so that's kind of annoying. But there's not really much to it. I just kind of popped them on. I'm gonna use the ABH foundation. Well, it's more like a contour stick. Do they consider it a foundation stick? Yes, Mink stick foundation contour. Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. I'm using this brush, this Morphe M492, and I'm just going into the product. I really like going into the product first and then blending it in. Just looks so nice and diffuse, and it's just a little bit easier rather than drawing like those streaks. The streaks are really good to draw when you're kind of doing it quick. I mean, I still do it because I mean, I live my life literally rushing everywhere. Let me adjust this camera a bit. You know, if I'm really taking my time with a look, I'll just do this, but you can do either. You can do either. And then of course, I'm going on with a sponge. Sponge is always a good idea to make sure everything is blended and looks perfect. Going back in there, and I'm going to create a little bit of hollowness in my cheeks. I'm gonna use this Hourglass Ambient Light palette. Which one is this one? Ambient Lighting Edit. And I'm going to use this shimmery bronzer they have here. It's this right here. And it gives a really nice touch to that glowy look. A little bit on the tip of the nose so it could look like I leave my house and I get some sun. And in case you guys are curious, this is a Morphe M500. It's a really soft wispy brush, so it helps with like really diffused looks like this. I'm going to add this waterproof gel eyeliner. This is from Absolute New York. I don't know where she came from. This Benefits Gold Rush. It's my favorite blush. Oh, it smells so good. They need to make this scent in like a spray or something. Why don't I chisel my cheeks out? Let's do it. I haven't been into baking at all, to be honest with you. I mean, I have my moments. With everything, I have my moments. But I haven't really been feeling it. But this, a little carving situation, we always got a little bit of time for. Highlighter, I still haven't decided what I want to do. My Persona one, I can't find it for some reason. Don't know where that is. Or you know what? Let's do some Fenty. It's that rose goldy, you know, Hustler Baby and Mean Money. My skin's a little texture-y today. So if you have texture like I do and you really don't want to bring light there, then go for a cream highlighter. And put a little bit of Max Prep and Prime on the lips. All right, for my lip liner, I'm gonna use one of my absolute favorites. This is Morphe's Sweet Tea. Amazing. I highly recommend you guys get this lip liner. It's so good. Gorgeous lip liner. Like, look at how pretty it is. If your skin tone is darker, that you don't think Sweet Tea will be good for that gradient nude lip, then NYX's Downtown Baby. Amazing. It's an amazing nude brown. I love it so much. So great. Alrighty, so there's quite a couple nudes that I love, and they're so pretty. The first one is obviously the super classic, is the Creme de Nude Cream Sheen lipstick from MAC. I really like the KKW Beauty Nude 1. It's, disregard this color. This is Creme de Nude. This is KKW Beauty Nude 1 if you want something that's a little pinker. If you want me to give you guys a rundown of my favorite nude lipsticks, you can let me know. I can do that. I obviously haven't tried every nude lipstick. I'm not like this huge YouTuber that they send a bunch of shit to. So this is just things I've bought that I'm like, that was a pretty good nude. We're gonna go with MAC's Creme de Nude, just so I can really show you what the lip looks like, so you guys will get a really good idea of it. I'm so hungry, and I've told you guys, since I'm alone here in New York, I go to dinner and I go all of those places like completely by myself. And every weekend I have been going to this sushi place. And I sit at the bar. And this guy, I went like 2 weekends in a row, and this guy was like, oh, you're back? And I'm like, fuck. Not because I didn't want to talk to him, or because it's like, damn it. Now he notices I'm like this lonely bitch every weekend. You know what I mean? I'll put a little bit of Fenty on top. Oof. Yes, ma'am. If you don't want it to go so pink, you could have put a clear lip gloss and it would have still looked super bomb. I love how this look turned out. This is the perfect sultry summer night glam look. Oh my god, it's so beautiful and so smoky. I am obsessed with it. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Any suggestions, any requests, anything you have, leave it in the comments below, and I always go through the comments. I love seeing you guys' comments. You guys are so sweet. You guys are literal angels. Literal angels. So if you have any suggestions or anything like that, just leave it below and I'll get back to it. Everything that I used in order, I put it in the description box. If by any chance I forget something, let me know and I'll answer your question. You can also follow me on Instagram. It is down there. It is _CrystalMarie_. If, like I said, you have any questions or anything like that, any suggestions, just leave them below. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.